Welcome. We're going to talk today about how to find a great job for you in 2024. And the biggest theme of all of this is that there are so many types of jobs out there. Don't limit yourself whatsoever. Let's get into it. I think the most important thing when you're figuring out what you like to do for work or how you'd like to change your work, what you do, you have to start asking yourself the right questions. Maybe you like your role or the field you're in, but the company might not be, or the setting, something about the place that you work in particular is just not working. Or sometimes you like the company and the field, but you want to take on a different role within that field. Or sometimes you're even thinking of starting an entirely different career or starting your own business. And those are awesome things too. When you like your field or you like the position that you work at a particular company, that's really great because that's 80% of the work that a lot of people it takes a long time for them to figure that out. So having that part figured out is great. But your workplace and your work environment are incredibly important in your stress levels, in your health, in frankly in the way you feel about yourself, because much like having an abusive partner at home, having an abusive boss or coworker at work is not going to put you in a great state of mental health. So if there is something going on at your company, if there is something going on in your workplace, if your work environment is generally hostile in some way, and it can't be resolved at this point, despite your best efforts by trying to have conversations with the parties involved or getting management involved. I'm sorry to say this, but as somebody who used to do mediation and used to work in an employment law type of space, some problems are from the top down. And unfortunately, those aren't problems that are easily resolved or resolvable at all. It's not your job to stick around to resolve things if it's really taking a toll on you. Don't ever stick around for a company, for a manager, for a boss, for a business owner that doesn't treat you the way you should be treated as an employee who gives up 8, sometimes more hours of their day to make things work for that company. So don't stick around for it. It's not good for your mental health, and there's a much more bright, sunny future at another job for you for sure. So don't sell yourself short. You are a marketable person and you can find another job. So when you like your company or the field of work that you're in, but you want to take on a slightly different role within that field, that's what I call maybe a peripheral career. And those are really great. It is wonderful to know a lot about a certain thing, and then you can apply that to another aspect of the same industry. For example, a lot of lawyers transfer into being a mediator. They know a lot about the legal system. They have been through many mediations, and they want to take on a little bit more of a chill career towards the end of their career, to be honest, that is still very much related to what they did in litigation, but in a way that is just different, and they are more focused on problem solving. Or maybe you've been involved in a sport, but you're starting to age out of the playing age of that sport, and maybe you want to commentate. Or there's a million different ways. Maybe you work for a company that has a number of different departments within a certain field, and maybe you could transfer, or maybe you could ask somebody in another department to shadow. Whatever it is, just try it, whatever you're interested in, if you're not sure, and see if it's a good fit for you. There are tons of ways to try. You can find a day or some time during the week to shadow somebody or just learn more about whatever it is that you're interested in. But don't ever let yourself go a certain number of years and just keep committing to the job that you're in just because you've been doing it. That's a way to set yourself up for regrets later on. There are tons of jobs. You can always end up back where you were or someplace else if it doesn't work out and you don't like what you think you're after. Plenty of the most successful people in the world had a million jobs before they were successful at coaching or acting or whatever they went into. maybe you're looking to make a bigger change. Maybe you're looking for a whole new career, and or you're looking to start your own business. And those are my favorite people to work with because they're not afraid of change for sure. But you want to set yourself up for success. And one of the ways you can do that is learning more about the industry. I would meet with someone who owns a business similar to the one you're thinking of starting, or is in the career that you're thinking of switching to. I would get together with them and I would ask them, for a person in a different career that you're aiming for, I would ask them what they like about it and what they don't like about it for sure. I would really get their honest sense after a number of years of experience, how they feel about it. And when it comes to starting your own business, likewise, I would ask that person, what did you find out later on in this business that you wish you knew from the start? And, what would you tell somebody going into this business? What to stick to and what to avoid? I would ask those important questions because certainly you don't want to have to learn the lessons that somebody else learned before you that you could have avoided all along. So, food for thought. And when you're looking into a new career in particular, whether you're starting your own business or just a career working for someone else, that it fits your lifestyle. If you're looking to change your career, now's the time. Like, the sky's the limit. Whatever kind of lifestyle you're looking for, whatever kind of schedule you're looking for, don't hold yourself back from finding something that is the best fit possible that you can imagine. Don't limit yourself in that way. You can have really whatever you want. And there are so many careers out there. I think for a lot of young people who are kind of coming up and figuring out what they're wanting to do with their life, trades, man, different kind of trades, whether it's kind of a more physical blue collar trade or whether it's more of like a tech trade, whether it's in the legal field, stenographers. There are so many like work from home, great careers that there are people out there making tons of money selling Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies and teaching people how to do the same. And also people just selling things on Amazon that interest them, that they know are good products. There are tons of ways to make money. Don't be afraid to experiment if you're not sure and figure out what you really gravitate to and be thinking about with an eye towards what kind of lifestyle am I trying to lead? And also, is my new career, is it going to be like very close to the thing that I'm most passionate about? Maybe it's a sport, maybe it's a hobby, whatever. Or is it going to be something that affords me the ability and the lifestyle to be able to devote my spare time to that thing? I think that's an important distinction. Some people can have their passion, like maybe in art or something creative, be part of their career, what makes them money. And some people want to keep those two things separate. You kind of need to decide what camp you're in when it comes to kind of crafting a career to your own taste. I think the most important takeaway is to be bold and take action. Be bold in the way that you think about what you deserve as a career, whether it doesn't have to be income, but what kind of lifestyle you deserve as a result. I think if you focus on the lifestyle you want, the resources to afford that will come about with your focus on the kind of job and the lifestyle you want that will revolve around it. And to take action. Take action in the sense that you don't stick with that one thing, even if you're not sure what you want your next thing to be. Try different things if you're really not sure. You're only going to know if you try or if you do research and you learn about it. Get on the YouTube, get on the TikTok. There are tons of people who make great videos about the stuff that they do. And I've even found some interesting careers that I didn't really know were careers. Even if I have no interest in doing them, I'm intrigued by it and I want to learn more. Don't hold yourself back. It doesn't make you a person who doesn't have their shit together if you do a lot of odd jobs until you kind of figure out what makes you happy. Or maybe you like doing several different things and there's nothing wrong with that. Success is your definition, not someone else's. So don't forget that either. So be bold when you envision the type of life that you want and how you want your career to fit into that and reflect it. The right thing will come along, and trust me, you'll know it when you know it. So get out there, try, and here's to you finding the perfect career in 2024.